there are two ways people can do this. So we have quite a large group of instructors who are partners and friends, and they often recommend our boards to people who paddle with them. So if someone's had a lesson with them, then those people get a discount from our boards. But also, if someone comes to us and they want to purchase a board, then we can give them a voucher code, which again gives them a bit of discount, but also gives them a lesson or an introductory session with one of our instructors. And we've got a map of instructors around the country. We can hook them up with their closest instructor. And the idea is that it covers the simple basics, such as how you make sure that your paddleboard is safe before you get on the water, how you make sure conditions are safe before you get on the water, how you make sure that your PPE is safe or that you're using the right PPE, such as should you be using a quick release belt, should you be using a helmet, what buoyancy aid is right for your conditions. So it covers the simple basics of what people need to know before they get on the water.
Why do this? What kind of stories have you heard? You know, what are people lacking when they buy a board, and that's any board in general?
I think part of the problem that we all know is it's very easy for someone to buy a board, pump it up and get on the water. And that's one of the joys of paddleboarding. It's very easy to do. There's no transition. But lots of people aren't aware of some of the dangers. And many of the dangers, many of the risks don't actually happen that regularly, but it's just being aware of them, and people need to be able to understand the risk and remove unavoidable risks. And we've heard lots of stories of people saying they've had near misses where they didn't know they needed a quick release belt, or they found themselves quickly being blown offshore, not realizing quite how difficult it was to paddle back against even not very strong wind when you're out on open water. And so it's just to give people that basic safety information so that they can do their own risk assessment before they get on the water. This is not about trying to make it less fun. It's not about trying to be Big Brother. It's just about making sure people are aware of those risks, and they can avoid all the avoidable risks.
Well, thank you for that. And obviously we have this meeting on July the 19th where we're again looking at the governance issue, because it seems very much that manufacturers, for example, there's an onus on them to provide something, but there's no joint agreement on what safety information should be put out there. I mean, you've written a number of articles about this. You very much have a view on this.
Part of the problem is that there's an awful lot of information out there that's provided by different training organisations, by the RNLI, so ASI, the Associate Academy of Surf Instructors, have put together a website called Substandards, where they've tried to create an awful lot of information for people. British Canoeing have been doing their thing, creating articles. Water Skills Academy have put together a great series of 10 short videos with Cal Major, Be Super do their own thing, and individual instructors all do their own thing as well. But there's no single voice that has authority that people can go to. It's all a bit diluted, it's all a bit dispersed, it's all quite difficult to find. And yes, if you go to YouTube and search for how to paddleboard, you might stumble across the right information, or you might stumble across something without much authority that actually isn't particularly good information. And so I think I don't necessarily think there should be a new governing body, but I think there should be a single voice of truth that all of those organisations I've mentioned all feed into. And then there's some simple messaging from that single body that each of those organisations can share, and that can sit alongside the national governing body issue, because that's to some extent a little separate.